Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my channel, all my late blooming babes. It is me, your host of this wonderful late but blooming podcast, Dom, and I am back with another video. So, welcome if you are new here, or welcome back or if you are returning. And you guys know what it is, there's something on my noggin, so we're just gonna talk about it today. So, did you know that you are much more powerful than you thought? No, like seriously, did you know that? I asked, do you know that? Because I know that in being in a relationship with a narcissistic or toxic person, you will be made to feel like you have no power, no control. So many mind games get played that you really don't know which way is up sometimes. And it's literally, they call narcissistic behavior crazy making behavior, because it really will make you feel like you are losing your shit sometimes. So it is hard to see at first glance how you could have any power, let alone all the power over the situation. But that's by design. That is by the narcissist and or toxic person's design. They want you to feel like you have no power, like you have no control, like you have to rely on them for any and everything, or to make things better. They want you to feel that way. That's why they gaslight. That's why they manipulate. That's why they do all the things that they do to make you question yourself. Because the more you question yourself, the less secure you are in yourself. And the less secure you are, the more you search for external validation. The more you search for external validation, the more you look to them for that. And then that gives them the power, because now they can decide whether they want to give you that validation that you want and are searching for, or if they're going to withhold that from you. And a lot of times they'll withhold it from you because, again, that gives them the one up in the situation. Because with narcissistic people, they really take life as a game, especially when it comes to someone else's life. They really don't have any care or concern for your life and how it goes or what goes on in it. As long as it's benefiting them, that is the concern. So they don't mind running you raggedy. They don't mind making you feel like you're losing your mind. They don't mind any of that, because as long as they're getting what they need out of the situation, it's all good. And the only way that they're going to continue to get what they need out of the situation is if you continue to doubt yourself, or continue to be insecure, or continue to allow them to run rampshot and rampage over your life and all the things in it. But when you really decide you're going to take your power back, you have the control over the final discard. You have the control, because no matter what they say or how much shit they talk or how they try to talk down to you, narcissistic people need you for supply. All of that, them making you try to search for their validation, jump through hoops for validation, they do that because that's projection. They want your validation. They want to feel like you love them. They want to feel like you need them, because most times they know in real life you don't. That's why they break you down so much, to make you feel that you do need them. Because if you wake up and you really see things for what they actually are, you'll know and be more inclined to get the fuck on about your business, because you realize that you are the one holding up this relationship, situationship, whatever the case may be, ship. You're the one holding it up anyway. You're the one jumping through all the hoops. You're the one who's making all the compromises. You're the one who's doing all the sacrificing. You're the one who's always trying to fix things. But that's when you decide to look at the whole picture and really decide, I'm going to take my power back. And when you decide you're going to take your power back, that'll be the end of the situation. Because you'll realize, hey, you really didn't mean me any good anyway. Or, hey, you really were just here because you were using me for X, Y, Z. Or, hey, you really were just here because you just wanted to siphon my energy and use it for your own benefit. Or you take the things that I show you, say to you, tell you, and you give it to other people to try to make it look like there's something completely different from what you actually are. When you realize that that's the case, you'll have no problem separating yourself from that type of person, that type of energy. And when you separate yourself from that type of person and or their energy, you can now free yourself up to elevate to where you're supposed to be. Because now you're no longer having that person in your ear telling you, oh, you need me, or oh, you're not this, you're not that, you're not X, Y, and Z. Because once they're gone and you can really, really sit with yourself, that's when the reprogramming starts. That's when the healing starts. That's when the growth starts. And again, it's because you have decided to take your power back, because you do not need the negative person. You do not need that narcissistic person. Yes, you may want them. Yes, you may want things to work out with them, but you don't need them. Life will go on for you. You know how to pick yourself up and keep it moving. You know how to say, oh, I took my L. Okay, I'm going to pack it up and I'm going to go. And keep going. You know how to do that. Narcissistic people do not have they are not equipped with the fundamental tools required to survive if they don't have the person that is their supply, which is you. So again, no matter how much shit they talk, they need you at the end of the day. And they know that. That's why they try so hard to make you feel like you need them. So know that. You control the final discard. When you're ready for it to be over, it will be over. But until you really solidify in your mind that that's what you're going to do, this narcissistic person, this toxic person, will continue to run you ragged and run you through the ringer as long as you'll allow it. Because they get satisfaction off of that. They get validation off of that. They get supply off of it. While on the reverse side, you are getting drained and exhausted and stripped of all your resources. So you don't want that to be the case. And because they play so many head games, that can mess with your mental health as well. So really decide you're going to take your power back and do it. Because you can do it. You're strong enough to do it. You're strong enough to overcome whatever heartbreak or sadness that will come out of moving on with your life or taking your power back. But it is so worth it, because the person who needs your power is you. The person who needs your energy is you. And you deserve that. So take your power back, because you are the powerful one in this situation. No matter what the other person tries to tell you or how much they try to convince you otherwise, you are the one with the power. You control the situation and the outcome of the situation. It's just up to you to make that determination that you're going to be strong and take your power back so that you can move forward and jump into this next phase of your life that is bigger and better. But you can't do that until you decide that you're going to make the necessary changes in your life. And that main thing is taking your power back. You cannot elevate to the next level while still operating in the same way that you have previously. It just isn't going to work. So take your power back. You totally can do it. You're strong. You're strong enough to do it. You have the fortitude. You have the mental capacity, the mental strength, the emotional capacity, the emotional strength. You just need to do it. Make that choice for yourself, because you deserve it. So I hope this helps someone. And until next video, guys, make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe, share, all the things you're supposed to do on YouTube. And until the next video,